Workplace manipulation, professional predators. The office politics you're navigating might actually be sophisticated psychological warfare designed to undermine your confidence and control your behavior. Last month, I spoke with a marketing director who discovered her boss had been systematically undermining her presentations to upper management. While encouraging her to develop bold new strategies to her face, he was sending private emails to the executive team warning them that her ideas were risky and impractical. When she accidentally received one of these emails, she realized the confusion and doubt she'd been feeling weren't personal failings, but the result of deliberate sabotage. Workplace manipulation adapts to professional environments, hiding behind corporate culture and professional norms. These tactics disguise themselves as normal business practices. Performance reviews become vehicles for subtle undermining. Project assignments transform into power plays. Even casual team meetings can serve as stages for manipulation that leaves victims questioning their competence while maintaining plausible deniability for the manipulator. The professional context creates perfect conditions for psychological manipulation. Hierarchical power structures make questioning manipulative behavior risky. Professional demeanor requirements limit direct confrontation. Financial dependency raises the stakes significantly. Your livelihood depends on navigating these dynamics. Let's examine the primary workplace manipulation tactics: credit theft and blame deflection. A manipulative colleague claims ownership when projects succeed but distances themselves when they fail. Case example: a team member presents your research findings as their own during an executive presentation, but when questions arise about methodology, they quickly mention it was originally your approach. This pattern establishes their reputation as innovative while positioning you as unreliable. Strategic information withholding. Manipulators deliberately keep you from accessing crucial information needed to complete your work successfully. They forget to copy you on important emails, fail to mention key deadline changes, or withhold context that would impact your approach. When you stumble due to missing information, they express disappointment about your performance, often publicly. The psychological impact intensifies when public criticism pairs with private praise. Your manager criticizes your work in team meetings but tells you privately how valuable you are. This creates confusion since the private validation makes you question whether you're overreacting to the public criticism while isolating you from colleagues who only witness the negative feedback. Workplace gaslighting has its own specialized vocabulary. "That's not what we discussed in the meeting," undermines your memory. "You misunderstood the assignment," shifts responsibility to you. "Everyone else understood the instructions," isolates you. "I never said that deadline was flexible," rewrites history. These phrases systematically erode your trust in your professional judgment and memory. Manipulative bosses frequently employ impossible standards and moving goalposts. You meet their established metrics only to discover they've changed. You complete a project to their specifications only to hear, "This isn't what I wanted." These undefined expectations make success impossible by design, ensuring you remain in a position where you're constantly trying to prove your value. The workplace manipulation experienced by marginalized groups often includes specialized gaslighting that dismisses legitimate experiences of discrimination. People of color identifying microaggressions hear you're being too sensitive. Women reporting harassment are told they misinterpreted friendly behavior. Disabled employees requesting accommodations are labeled difficult. This form of manipulation attacks fundamental identity and lived experience. Research suggests DARVO, deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender, appears most consistently across different workplace contexts. When confronted, manipulators 1. Deny the behavior occurred despite evidence. 2. Attack your character or motives for raising the concern. 3. Position themselves as the actual victim. This technique proves particularly effective because it leverages existing power dynamics while creating significant risk for anyone who challenges it. The marketing director I mentioned earlier experienced this when she confronted her boss about the undermining emails. He denied sending them, suggested she was paranoid about job security, and complained to HR that she was creating a hostile work environment. the long-term impact of workplace manipulation extends beyond immediate distress. Victims often develop a form of professional PTSD, affecting their performance and confidence even after leaving toxic environments. They become hypervigilant about documentation, hesitant to share ideas, and reluctant to trust leadership. Recognizing these tactics allows you to implement protective strategies. Document everything in writing. Follow up verbal conversations with email summaries. Build relationships with witnesses who can confirm your experiences. Establish communication patterns that force clarity through written confirmation. Request explicit expectations at the beginning of projects. Perhaps most importantly, recognize that workplace manipulation says nothing about your professional competence and everything about the manipulator's character. The tactics deployed against you often directly correlate with the professional threat you represent. Many targets are specifically selected because their competence, creativity, or integrity poses a challenge to the manipulator's position. Understanding this dynamic allows you to maintain your professional confidence even while navigating these challenging environments.